definitely ready to go. Smells really, really good. Meat was calling like,
yeah, it was, yes.
The other side. And the feet.
Yes, ma'am, answer.
Yes.
Slap your mama. That's more like knock your mama out. So let's get to the hummus. To the hummus. To the hummus. To the hummus. Welcome back to Beauties
And Duffy's. It gets better every time.
Every time. You see it, it's like,
yeah. Me. Yep.
You see that? See, I can't do that. I sing good in the shower though. Like she could for real sing. I sound good in the car too.
I'm doodling.
Yeah. So in the car, I just turn the music up really loud. Okay. My son doesn't think I can sing for crap, but whatever. Hey, that was not. I could though. So all right.
We all have our time.
So we are people pleasers.
Yes.
But today we are going to be pleasing another group of people.
Yeah.
The veggie heads.
Yes.
I always got to do something for the veggie heads. So yeah, we are meat eaters, but at the same time though, we do worry about our health.
Yeah.
We both have autoimmune disorders. So eating healthy and kind of switching it up, you know, we'll eat fish. If we have meat, it's kind of doing like a cleanse after having meat, especially beef, because it's so heavy.
And it stays in your system for a long time.
It does. A lot of people, they don't know that.
How long it has to trek through.
Yes.
They think, oh no,
No,
days.
it does.
It takes days, months if you consume it
On a regular basis.
Yeah.
I always say beef is a treat.
Yes, me too.
Beef is a treat. I'm not going to eat it every day. I will cook it in different forms also, but I space it out.
And for us ladies, we know when we usually crave beef and what that means.
That takes me to all of our ingredients here. Okay, so we are going to be making some veggie head stuff. We're going to be making some scallops using oyster mushrooms. Yes, ma'am.
I like it.
Yes. So you know you've been single a really long time when certain vegetables are winking at you. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And so we are going to be making vegan scallops. It is using an oyster mushroom. We're going to make some vegan, well, it's going to be vegetarian crab cakes because I am going to be using egg as a,
you bind it.
there you go, girl. Binder. Get the binder.
Bind.
As the binder, of course, you know, while I make it, we'll go through on all of the little tricks and little things that you can do to make it into an actual vegan dish. And then we're going to actually be making a nice diced tomato sauce. It's going to be a simple sauce that's going to go over those scallops. And we're making gazpacho. It is a nice cold soup. Very simple. And you don't put butter. You don't do anything at all to it, literally. It's the best soup ever. Well, and on top of that, with the weather getting hotter, it's a perfect chilled soup for exactly. You just the words of the thought. Yeah, she just got the. And this lovely lady made us our cocktail for this one. What are we drinking here, my dear?
So, since we've drank something and we've named it the Maria, I named this one the Gina. And I get a little bit creative with my drinks a little bit when I am creating new cocktails. So this is vodka, sparkling water, blood orange, squeezed lime, squeezed blood orange, and a little bit of orange juice. Oh yeah, I went a little bit out.
Oh man.
Think of like a screwdriver, but way fancier.
She's not a screwdriver, but all the ingredients definitely are a description of her if you know her personally.
Yes.
So I think it's perfect, and that is your drink tonight, honey.
It's called the Gina.
The Gina, baby. We gonna sip on some Gina. Okay, so we're getting our veggies all prepped. She's dicing up the onion, which is actually going to go in the pan with the diced tomatoes for our vegan scallops. I'm going to go ahead and get the scallops ready. And we actually already prepped the vegetables. Not really even prepped. We did a quick rough chop, huge pieces of the cucumber, and we threw the tomatoes in there whole actually into the pot because I want the skin to fall off. And then so once it's done boiling, just peel that off. The onions are in there as well, so by the time that the onions become translucent, that's when you know, take it out. So we're gonna let it just do its thing.
Rule of thumb, when you're cooking onions, and you know when you need them to be translucent, that means all the flavor is cooked in there. If they haven't turned translucent, then you know they're not ready yet.
Exactly. So you just let it keep doing its thing. So we'll show you as it starts to cook down. So what I'm doing for our vegan scallops is I am actually cutting the top off. I'll probably save this for a mushroom soup or to make homemade pasta, whatever the next, you know. A lot of your ingredients go a long way when you're smart about it. So I'm just cutting the top off so that way I can make the scallops.
That's what he said.
A little Lorena Bobby-ish, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Forgive me.
I just cut the top off.
Just cutting the top off. No harm, no foul. It's gonna be good. So you want to get it as even as possible when you're cutting it. I went a little crooked on that one with my evil smile as I did so. So you wanna get it. This is bad too. You wanna get it as even as possible. And when you think about how thick the scallop is,
I can't now. I cannot.
I can't unsee it. My son said he'll never look at a oyster mushroom the same.
Neither will I. Okay, I think this is about the consistency that you want, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm a quick study.
Here, so this is what it looks like before adding in the other ingredients. That's just your artichoke hearts and yeah, very simple.
I'm going to add in all of the other ingredients into the crab cakes mix.
This is tiny. Yeah, you might be fine. Might end up just needing, oh yeah, that's good. You might even need, no, that should be good. And then the egg should do its trick. And then we'll see, because then you can add more if you need to. Okay. And if you're lazy, you could always use a little food processor to cut this up. The only thing is, if you're going to use a food processor, you got to remember you're probably going to pull a little bit more of the juice out of it.
Yeah.
And if you over food process it,
not gonna work.
Yeah, you're just gonna have a relish gel.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, think about that. There's somebody out there that probably, like, you know how you get those
Yeah.
packets of the relish for the hot dogs if you go to like 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
I know what you should. 7-Eleven. There are some days after a long night of doing things that
No
you
judgment.
shouldn't be doing when you're almost 40. And
No
and you get this idea in your head that a 7-Eleven hot dog is the way to go. That and a slushie for the headache.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
That's a Jack in the Box night for me.
Oh, that too. Oh God, see, all bad. Either one. Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, and now Taco Bell is there. What is it? The Midnight Box.
Oh yeah, Jack in the Box does this thing called munchie boxes, where like
See?
munchie. First of all,
So,
it's all wrong.
yeah, that texture's looking good. Oh, and you haven't even put your egg in, so
Yeah.
that's gonna make it even better. So while you do that, I'm gonna scoop up my little pickles. And you know, there is an easier way that you can do this. I like to make my relish myself. My tartar sauce myself. But one trick that you can
relish yourself.
technically, yeah, yes, my own. You can use real relish, and so you'll get that sweetness from it. But because I wanted to make it more on the lemony side, not necessarily get any sweetness in there.
Added one.
So add a little bit. That looks perfect. So I'm just gonna try a little. I would actually. You want to see if it
Good find.
forms in your hand, yeah, which it should. And then give that a taste. That's good. There you have it. I'm gonna throw some more of that in there. Oh, I didn't use that one that you used.
Oh yeah, that one gets you.
Yeah, I didn't go that route.
Oh, that's funny because I was thinking. Ooh, it smells great actually.
See?
It smells like a wrap. Interesting.
And all right, let me grab a. I hope that.
Alright. So how many of these do I make and how big do you want it to be?
Edit that out. Yeah, that's a good size. So this is done. Very simple. Dice up some pickles, put some mayo, and I put some lemon. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna add some of this too. So we're gonna make this into an Cajun relish. Just to go along with it.
Just because we have to add a little bit of
Yeah.
flavor.
Just give it a little bit of salt, a little extra salt. All right, that's done. So, oh my goodness. And then, now, watching that movie, why did they not have him in that second one? I wanted some soul glow. I was like, okay, it's a good movie, but I was like, they didn't have
They did have the one guy, the preacher.
Yes. That was great. So, all right, I'm gonna finish up doing the garnish. She's gonna get the crab cakes.
Crab.
Right? Say that 10 times fast.
Can't.
So she's gonna get those in the pan. I'm gonna get the garnish done, and then we are plating. We will be done. All right.
So
And
you put your oil in the pan for these scallops, vegan scallops, and you want to get them this color before you turn them over. Get that nice crisp on there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now, on this side, oh, that's great. And this is for the sauce that is going to go over our vegan scallops. onions, garlic, tomatoes. Delicious. Got these over here. Cooking with gas right now. And these might be ready to come out. So a little bit longer on that side.
It looks amazing. There you go. I want you to plate.
Thank you.
You have them. Scallop. So our vegetables have been boiling. So these are all now ready. Everything is soft. The skin peeled off beautifully. And the onions are translucent. Like I said, you want them to turn translucent. That's when you know it's ready because the other vegetables break down very, very quickly. So I'm just going to use a hand mixer or emojin, whatever you call it, emoji. And I can't even talk today. And I'm going to blend this up. This has become another one of my favorite soups because I put a lot of the tomato in it. So it's Roma tomato. You can use whatever kind of tomatoes you want. Not only that, there are so many different ones out there. Again, making it your own. You don't have to do just cucumber and cucumber and tomato. You can do all kinds of different ones. Add some jalapenos. Add some. You could probably do mushrooms also. Get creative. Carrot and make it into a nice cold soup. So I'm just gonna blend this up and hopefully not splat it all up in my face. Okay. So I'm gonna blend this up and I'm gonna give it a little bit of seasoning before I put it in the fridge and let it cool off. So, all right.
This is the finished scallop sauce. Definitely ready to go. Smells really, really good. And I can't wait to taste it.
Okay, so this is all blended up. And as you can see, it's just very soupy. So you break down all of the veggies perfectly. So I'm just gonna keep it very simple because I would like for you to really taste the Roma tomato and the cucumber. So I don't wanna use any like really overpowering spices. So I'm just gonna do some pink Himalayan sea salt in there. A little bit of fresh squeezed lemon. And you could go lime, totally up to you. Some cracked black pepper. And that's it. And again, you can do it how you like it. Get it how you live it. I get it how I live it. I live it how I get it. Okay, so give that a little mix. Whoa. And one thing that I did forget to mention is I'm going to garnish it with some small, finely chopped up cucumber pieces, and I'm also going to pull the seeds from a Roma tomato and also garnish it with that with some fresh cilantro. So again, you know, it's up to you what you want to put in there. So that's it. Now it goes into the refrigerator, let it chill for about 45 minutes. So while that's doing that, we're gonna jump into these crabless crab cakes. A little crabless day.
Hand ready for our next batch of crabless crab cakes. The oil nice and hot. And, oh yeah, it's hot. Let that cool down for a minute as I get these ready to put in. They're gonna get a nice sear on them. That oil is ready to go. Oh yeah. Alright, make sure that's formed nicely. I do know how to make a crab cake. A vegan one. This was a first. So I like to thank Maria for that. Opening up my mind and also palate to try and actually cook different things. So we'll let those sear and then I'll take that out and we will be done with our crab cakes.
we are done. So I am introducing her to some vegan stuff today. So basically that's what this episode is about. Not only that, we like to give love to the
heads.
There you go, veggie heads.
Veggie
My
heads,
veggie heads.
vegetarians.
Yes.
People who maybe just want to have a meatless dinner. Or
Exactly. Which is perfectly fine. A lot of people think, oh, you're vegan, which there are some annoying vegans out there, but hey, at the same time though, it's still good.
There are some meatiers out there too.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Oh, you can't eat your steak like that.
Exactly.
So, to each their own, but we both are on the same page when it comes to mixing up our meat and getting our vegetable intake. So, today we made crabless crab cakes.
Yep.
It is artichoke hearts and garbanzo beans, and then of course you use your binder, panko breadcrumbs, and we made gazpacho. It is, I boil mine. Again, you'll look and you will see other gazpacho recipes are not necessarily like mine. I like to boil mine because it makes the vegetables nice and soft, and it makes such a good chilled soup.
Yes.
And to go with that, I just diced up some cucumber, and there's some tomato seeds, hit it with just a little bit of sea salt, and there's some cilantro in there. So when you serve that, they can take some of that, put it on the top. And then we've got scallops, vegan scallops, which is pan-seared oyster mushrooms that she did, and this sauce, which ended up becoming a nice butter sauce. It's just diced tomatoes. She added some butter, some really good olive oil, garlic.
Some imported from Italy.
She's got a nice selection of wonderful oils. She's in the food industry. Actually, that's the perfect time. She's in the food industry, but on a different level of being on the food industry. So I do the chef stuff, and she actually works for the companies that make these products that we eat. So the garnish on the scallops is capers and some cilantro. And to go with the crab cakes, I forgot I made the homemade tartar sauce. It's a lemon tartar sauce, and I threw a little bit of some slap your mama in there just to give it a little bit of spice. But so this is our vegan foodie
experience.
Exactly. So how did that feel? I know you were looking at the crab cakes and you were like, this looks good.
You know what? I actually, the consistency and cooking it did feel like a crab cake. I enjoyed that. I was really taken aback, but when I sauteed the mushrooms, like, wow, they definitely have the consistency of a scallop. Where, you know, inside the middle of a scallop needs to not necessarily be as as cooked. It's supposed to have a little bit of softness to it, and these actually cook up like a scallop. It's crazy. So I'm intrigued.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
So once again, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Beauties and
the Feast.
We will be back for another episode. Thank you guys. And